Yo, what is going on with y'all today? My name is Reginald. I'm a video director based in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm making the low six figures and I live paycheck to paycheck. And this channel right here is to help me get my finances in order. But today we got a very nice video for you guys. In today's video, we're gonna go over my plan on how I plan on making $1 million a year while working less than 30 hours a week. That is my goal for right now. So the reason that I got this goal is I hit the final straw. I can take no more. I hit the last straw. I was like, you know what? If you ever hang around a bunch of rich people and also a bunch of poor people, stuff that I've seen, a lot of poor people are like busy all day. They never have any time. A lot of them are just working a ton. And then a lot of these rich people over here will just be sitting in their mansions and sitting in their expensive cars and just look like they got all the time in the world to take 4 to 5 vacations a year. And I see this happen all the time because for work, I do a lot of video shoots at nice places. We'll do video shoots on private jets. We'll do video shoots where for one video shoot, we might rent a Rolls Royce, a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, all these high-end cars, or even, we rent out yachts. So a lot of times when we do these shoots, the owner is there. Sometimes at the homes, they're normally there. So I'll get to sit down and like talk, since I'm the director, I got some pull. I can sit down and talk to these rich people that own these 10,000, 15,000 square foot, in some cases 40,000 square foot mansions. I talked to one homeowner that had a house that was 42,000 square feet. He had the biggest house, most expensive house in the state of Missouri. House was humongous. House cost $35 million to build. And I'll sit down in all these expensive houses with these homeowners, and all these rich people that have these houses just seem like they got all the time in the universe free. So I was like, do I really even have to work that hard to be like wealthy? Because right now I feel like if I like just work super hard to make a bunch of money, by the time I make a bunch of money, I'm gonna have to keep on working hard to keep making a bunch of money. So I wanted to change my tactics from working so much to I just want to be able to cash flow or run businesses where I can, manage people and hire people to run those businesses for me. So I want to be hands off so that I can, just make money without having to work a ton. So that's my plan for the next 12 to 18 months to hit my goal of making $1 million a year. While working 30 hours or less a week, and I'm gonna go ahead and break down how I plan to do that. Okay, so for me to hit my goal of making $1 million a year while working not a crap ton is I'm gonna have 7 streams of income, and I'm gonna try to get each stream of income around $10,000 a month. So the first stream of income, which is already there, is my film directing. So with film directing, I charge $2,000 a day. So even if I only work 4 days out the month, that's still enough money for me to make over $100,000 a year just with video directing. And right now I average around anywhere from $6,000 to $16,000 a month with my video directing. Now, next on this list is teaching other people how to be video directors. So I have an online course. I shot an online course, edited, put that together, invested about $25,000 into that project, which I've made more money than I've put into the project. And I just need to, like I said, I took like a good year off from working hard. So I took my online course down and I'm about to put it back up. So I want to get my online course up to making $10,000 a month. That is only going to require like 2 people to buy my course a day. So as long as I can get 2 people anywhere on planet Earth to buy my online course, that's going to make me over $10,000 a month. Going towards some different investments. I want to start this year on Turo and Airbnb. So I have a car. My girlfriend has a car. I'd like to get 3 more cars, so then that way I can have a total of 5 cars. And now I want to put all the cars on Turo And I think that between 5 cars on Turo, those should be able to make around $10,000 a month. And then also, in the same sense, I also want to do Airbnb, get like 4 or 5 Airbnbs or so. And then those, from what I've heard from my friends that have Airbnb, they make a lot from their Airbnbs. So hopefully, about 4 or 5 Airbnbs should hit that mark of $10,000 to $20,000 a month, maybe even in profit. I know on Turo with 5 cars probably won't make $10,000 a month in profit. But honestly, for me, if I'm making $10,000 a month from 7 different sources and I'm only making half of that in profit, that still is a very good amount of money. So that's cool with me. So I've got, like in my 20s, I spent a lot of time trying to figure stuff out on my own. I learned a lot from trial and error about video directing. So now that I'm 30 and moving forward, instead of going out and learning from trial and error, I'm going to have coaches for all of this stuff. Airbnb coach. I already have coaches on how to sell online courses. Coach for Turo. I got an old investor that I had before. He's going to help me out with Turo. And then my next income stream is going to be YouTube. I believe on YouTube, for me to make $10,000 a month, I have to start to get around 600,000 views a month. And right now I'm around 3,000 views a month. So hey, look, only need to get about 20 times more views to... Oh, I said that wrong. I said 20 times more views. Hold up. I need to get around 300... No, I need to get around 200 times more views than what I got right now for me to make about $10,000 a month between Google AdSense and probably sponsorships. So that's another goal, about 600,000 views a month in the finance space to make about $10,000 a month or so. I also want to have a film studio location that I can rent out for video shoots, for photo shoots, for events. And I also want to rent out camera equipment. I think camera equipment is also easy money, although probably not the most lucrative thing. I have a lot of friends that rent out camera equipment and they never gloat about how much money they're making. Even my friends that got film studios. I got a friend, he has like one of the biggest... Well, he has like the biggest music video film studio in Atlanta. That's absolutely massive. And he tells me all the time, he's like, yeah, I've had this business for like over 10 years. And he said he's never made a profit off of the studio because he invests all of the money back into the studio. All the money he makes goes straight back into the business. He doesn't pull out any profits. And then this year as well, I'd like to get my first real estate property. So that's my list. Those are my 7 streams of income that I want to get going and try to get all of those to 10,000 a month, or at least have them average out at 10,000 a month. That way it can move my income up to about $1 million a year, or extremely close to $1 million a year. But I just wanted to change my mindset from that, from thinking like, oh, I have to work a ton, or I have to just work all the time to make a bunch of money, to, you know, if I just have a good strategy and invest in some businesses that can cash flow, or some assets that can cash flow, and hire people to, you know, do the day-to-day for me, then, you know, hopefully I can, you know, just make a bunch of money and just sit around and be like all the rich people I meet freaking every single week that just be sitting around the spacious mansions chilling, or they have their like 10 or like 12 cars that, and they still, you know, just don't seem like they're ever working that much or ever working that hard. So I just wanted to change my mindset. If I just tell myself like, oh, you know, it's not that hard, it's not that challenging, you just have to, you know, have a good strategy and have a good plan and actually go through on it, then, you know, it's not that hard. Same thing with me, like with video directing. You know, it's not that hard. Go out there and just point a camera at people, point some lights at them, you know, do a halfway decent job editing it, and then run some advertisements. And then most people that do that are going to be making over $100,000 a year as a video director. It's like, it's not rocket science. So hopefully with all these other streams of income, it'll just be, if you actually go out and you do it, then, you know, it'll make some money. Oh, and then also, I had this change in thoughts because of my favorite book. This right here is my absolute favorite book on finance. This is Robert Kiyosaki's Cash Flow Quadrants. And this is a book that I read not a super long time ago, but maybe like 4 years ago when I first started trying to invest in stuff. And I ended up losing like $60,000 trying to invest in different startups and stuff. But now I'm gonna try some very low risk investments. But yeah, this book pretty much takes everybody that makes money and puts them into 4 different categories. You have your employees, that's E on here. Then you have the S, that's going to be for self-employed or sole proprietor, people that work for themselves, like me. Like me, I'm freelance. I have a business, and I'm the only employee. I mean, I guess I hire people from time to time, but for the most part, I'm the only employee. And then they also got B for big business, like business owners, and then I for investors. So one thing that he makes clear here is people in the E and S have the hardest time, employees and self-employed people have the hardest time generating wealth because you don't make money unless you're working. Even though people would tell me all the time, they're like, man, Reg, you living the dream, you self-employed, you ain't got a boss. I'm like, yo, I'm self-employed. I'm a self-employee. I ain't that different from other employees. I'm just a self-employee. So y'all work, and most employees work for other people. I work for myself. I still have to work. If I don't work, I don't make any money. But when you move over to like business owner or investor, when you're not working, you're still making money. So I've hit the point now. I'm ready to cross over to owning businesses and invest and becoming an investor. So even right now, I got a second job. I drive Uber at night times, and I make enough money driving Uber at nighttime to cover all of my baseline bills. I also moved in with my girlfriend so she can help pay like 30-40% of these bills. And so right now, I really don't have to work that much. I can do Uber like 3 nights out the week, and that'll cover all of my bills. And all the money I make from film directing right now, I can take that money and put it into investments. And even the same thing when I get my other streams of income coming in, I can pretty much take all the profits and invest all of that money back into making more money. Because like I said, my like rent here, I live in the hood. This is the ghetto over here. I gotta just pay my rent, my car payment, and the phone bill, and like buy gas for my car. That's it. And my girlfriend takes care of like the other bills. So I am actually quite excited to, focus on investing. So yeah, I guess I'll update you guys on how the investing is going. But yeah, that's my plan on how I want to make $1 million a year while working not that much. So hopefully it'll be as easy as I believe it'll be right now. Then I can still have free time to, do all the things I want to do. Deuces, that's it for this episode. Make sure y'all hit the gym. Make sure you guys read a book. I recommend anything by Robert Kiyosaki, but I definitely love and recommend this book. Deuces.